A celebration was held here in the Senior Center to commemorate half a dozen residents reaching past their 9th decade. It's a milestone shared by a Coon Rapids landmark that's been keeping people informed for nearly a century. Community Close-Up's Drew Shingen explains.
WCCO is celebrating its 90th anniversary of broadcasting. So they first went on the air in October 2nd, 1924. And when they went on the air, they weren't using this tower. This tower didn't come along until March of 1925. So minus 6 months it's been here for this location has been in use by WCCO for almost all of its 90 years of history.
With the dignity and security of a great people.
You just heard President Calvin Coolidge's inaugural address. It was the first broadcast transmitted by the WCCO tower in Coon Rapids. Growing up, it seemed everybody listened to WCCO radio.
We listened to WCCO, yeah. We listened to Jack Armstrong, the All-American Boy, and about 4 or 5 other programs. We'd all, after school, we'd sit and listen to radio, yeah. I worked for WCCO 43 years.
Albert Leyline worked at the tower until 1986. He was very pleased that the transmitter was located in Coon Rapids.
It was a good choice, you know. The transmitter before that was on top of the Lowry Hotel, but that was just a 250 watt, 500 watt. And then they built a building out at the land. I imagine the land was cheap, you know, and they had 22 acres. And they put up that tower. First they did the high wire. They had a tower and a tower and a tower. And then they ran a wire across the tower. And that was the radio first, you know. And then they put up the big tower in 1939.
Celebrate the towering presence, both figuratively and literally, of WCCO radio in Anoka's history.
October 1st, 2014, Anoka Historical Society recognized WCCO Radio and its tower as part of the county's celebrated history. Many who attended had fond memories of seeing the tower on road trips.
My grandparents lived on Crooked Lake, and every Sunday we were expected to go out and visit them and stuff. And of course, that was getting out to Crooked Lake. That was a mile, or the beacon that helped us find our way to Grandma's house back in the old days before the highways and stuff.
From South Minneapolis to St. Cloud was to go East River Road, right? We'd go right by there, and it'd be like, and here was the cool thing, when we were coming home from St. Cloud, because Big Lake was kind of like halfway, but then halfway to the Twin Cities was WCCO. So I knew I was getting closer.
And I think, you know, certainly they even talk about the broadcast, the tower being in Anoka or Coon Rapids when they say it on the station, and so that's always a point of pride. And you do hear people talking about it, and people that live around the tower, they love to tell you about what sort of issues they had while living close to the tower.
The issues from living so close to the tower were picking up the signal from strange objects in your house.
When they picked up their phones, they could hear it coming in on the telephone. All sorts of metal things, like people said that sometimes when they put their head in the dryer in their basement, the metal from that would pick it up, and they could hear it when a metal clothes hanger was touching certain pipes in the basement and things like that.
The WCCO tower is more than a piece of equipment. It's a staple in the community.
It's a spot that you can see from Highway 10, you can see it from, I think you can see it from parts of 169. It's certainly a place that people sort of say, like, oh, it's by the tower. But I think it's always a landmark here in Coon Rapids, or it has been for nearly 90 years.
For Community Close-Up, I'm Drew Shingen.
Today, no one is manning the tower, but maintenance is done on a regular basis to keep us listening.